Hello.
Hey, we made it again. We did it.
Fashionably late as always.
We're early. It's Friday.
Yeah,
It's actually
2 days
early.
early.
2 days early.
Ladies and gentlemen, roosters and hens and everything else in between. We're here on a Friday. Hey, Peckers. As Dave puts in the chat. As always, we are the Coop Collective here. This is Caulk Talk. I am Tyler at MBF Express. We have our man with a lot more problems tonight. We're not going to get into Josh at Grateful Coops, the man with the theories, Blake at Waddle Waddle Racing, and Dad, our good dad. This is why we made him our dad. Because of our dad issues.
Now
At Becky Racing, Dave, gentlemen, how we doing tonight?
doing good.
Josh, don't answer that.
Better before all the dad issues.
I'm better now. That I'm here with y'all.
There we go.
Yeah, how we doing, boys? Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, I think we
Getting
wish
weird?
we could have been racing.
Yeah.
Not getting weird, but yeah,
Or with some
not
racing.
getting weird and racing would have been nice too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
But
Weird
you
and
know,
racing would
whatever.
have been preferable. Yeah.
I'm probably
It is what it is, though. We'll get
getting teed.
Dave Daddy Dow. I love it.
Yes.
Thank you,
Not a
Sniper.
doll.
Who is it? Oh,
Dave Daddy
It's
Dow.
not a doll.
Triple
It's
D's.
Dow.
Yes. So, do we dare touch Butterman tonight?
I didn't get it.
That's
Oh,
what?
good. Good.
We
Even
don't.
better.
It's Friday anyways. He sends
It's
it
all
out on
good.
Sunday.
You're right.
Yeah, it's
You're right.
Friday. We're good.
I'm all thrown off. It's
We're
even
off
better.
on Sunday though.
Even better.
Just
It's
to
fine.
remind y'all.
Probably
Skip-
mostly red.
Skip it for a week. Pick it up on next 2 weeks.
Shout out to Doofy for absolutely just nuking the market. I understand why you did it, but it's okay.
Hey, it happens. It's just
Yeah.
new opportunities for more people. Actually, before we get started, would anyone let's go around the horn and give one piece of FUD today.
Everyone say something negative. Go.
My dad
Dave,
sucks.
take up our time.
Take up our time. Yeah, how
Dave,
long
you're
do we have? Let me air my grievances.
Everyone shove Dave into the front.
No, I mean, this week was a little frustrating just in terms of I have a bit of an understanding of what a server move kind of entails and what the scope of that was going to be, but I think they underestimated it kind of at the end of last week. Then when they were like sounding hopeful that this will take a couple days and we'll be right back to it. And it's like, nope, no, it didn't take a couple days. And it's
Transitions on a server take some time too, especially with, I'm sure, the many moving parts that this operation's going to have.
yeah, and you're moving different types of servers. So I think the error was saying it'll just take a couple of days when they really realistically should have been like, hey, this is going to take a week.
Mhm.
But
That's all right.
we believe the short-term pain is going to be worth it because we're going to be on a more stable base. And if anyone's been trying to use OpenSea recently, that's the same base they just left.
The
So-
Heroku? Yeah.
Yeah, so
Whatever
that's a
that said,
good
yeah.
thing in the long term in
Mhm.
terms of being able to scale and all those other things. But when you're on vacation, just hoping to raise some chickens during the day, it's
Well,
a
sometimes
frustrating week.
sometimes too, I think Apex is almost as big of a fan as us and like wants to race as much as we do. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
he probably jumps the gun a little bit. And then the real devs behind the scenes are probably giving him a smack of the head and saying,
Tyler said it
don't
before.
say that.
It's-
Don't
Apex
say
is
that.
usually seems to be want to tell us everything, and then here comes Deli to rein him in.
Quit it.
Yeah, which
Quit it.
again, if you've been here for a while, you kind of get that. I
Mhm.
think probably one of the reasons why I'm taking it better than most is, again, you guys know even behind the scenes that I didn't expect breeding to be here until April or May anyways. I mean, that was just kind of always in my head as that timeline. So this kind of fits into that still. So for me, but a lot of people had the impression it was going to be a lot quicker. Whether that was dev induced or some of it, even our own kind of anxiousness. And
Yeah. Well, here's my FUD. At the beginning, it was under promise, over deliver. And now it feels like it's going a little bit the other direction. And I think a little of it's just because of there's a lot of hiccups and they don't know what's coming. And when you even give a little bit of something to a community where you're like, hey, we could be ready to roll in, 3 to 6 weeks. Most people go 3.
Of course.
And
then they say when and 2 days.
Right.
When.
Yeah, exactly. So when we throw that kind of idea out there, it's like, oh, we could be ready to roll by this time. We could be ready to roll by this time. That becomes in your mind, hey, that's what we want now. That's what you heard it. And I get it. It's totally understandable. I totally get the frustration at this point. I'm a little bummed and frustrated too, but I also understand that long term, if this means that we are off of OpenSea's server and onto something stronger, and not to mention just chickenderby.com, that's cool. I like that. That's a lot easier.
That link doesn't look sus anymore.
No more bit loving.
Yeah.
What are we loving?
But so the expectations, like Blake was saying, I get it. Like people probably saw things and were like, yep, here's the time frame, and then it just kind of crumbles. So I understand the frustration right now.
And we as a community kind of can do this too. We hop on the little tidbits of details, and it's always like the greatest thing that's going to happen. Because we're excited. We want this thing to work. Right. We've all got time and energy invested into this, and money into chickens, so we want to see it succeed. But sometimes I think we can kind of get ahead of ourselves in the actual realistic expectations but again, to your guys' point, they have come out and said, hey, maybe in the next day or two, we're going to race. And maybe they could have those days, but they decided, you know what, do we really want to throw out another 7 races again and have it a shit show? Probably not. They may have decided, let's just push it back, get everything really right, and we'll see. Now, there's a lot of pressure on them for this time coming up, I will say, because if we have another 7 race deal, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be up in arms. However, even if that's the case, we're still in beta, right? We're still not even,
we're properly in beta, not like Top Shot beta where they're just going to keep saying it.
Right. We're not
properly.
We're in select few people that are still participating in the beta.
Yeah.
Right. Select few people that are even in the beta are actually getting to participate as of right now. So
we did just cross 1 month since the first race. Right.
How many races did we get?
That makes it feel a little, I think after 1 month, I would have expected a little bit further than this point. But like Dave said earlier in the chat, we also didn't expect a server change.
Right.
So if we knew a server change was coming, we knew that Heroku was how they were going to start, and then they're going to move off it, then cool. Like I think we could have gotten ourselves ready for that.
I don't know the costs and things like this involved and the transition and all that. However, I think them doing it now is probably a smart move if that's what's going to set them up for the future.
Because here's the thing, you get it done before you do the 24/7 racing, because you don't want to have to shut that down.
Right.
Because how many more people are going to be upset because there's not 24/7 racing?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I don't want to pick on the other game, but they ran into challenges of scalability. And when you can't take your game down for a week to move to a new server, like you're kind of stuck throwing band-aids at it and hoping. So hopefully this week of kind of sitting around twiddling our thumbs is worth it, because we can scale now and we can be stable, and
we won't have to have downtime in the future.
Yeah.
Or the litany of issues that we know the other one has.
And this is the appropriate time to have downtime. Once they're live and kind of everything's running, that downtime becomes extremely costly.
Across the board for them and the players, right?
Well, and then even new people coming in.
Yeah,
exactly. I've heard this game's been up for 6 months. It looks pretty awesome.
Yep.
Wait, I can't play.
Yep.
I can't.
And then they go to the Discord and it's just chatter of everything that's wrong. That's again, you speak of the other game. That's why I think a lot of us got out of the other game or didn't quite get into it to begin with.
And also speaking of the other game though, like there was a tweet going around of like 9 months ago, Zed Racing was doing what, 10 races a day?
It was the 10 races a day, 2 per class, and that was it.
It was 10 at a time.
10 at a time.
Fill, but after your race filled, it might have been at some points it was out to like a couple days wait to run in it. And they've addressed a lot of that, but trying to address that when you have like 50,000 users like in your Discord and, you know, tens of thousands of holders, like that's not the time to try to fight the basics.
Right.
Closed beta is a much better time to try to fight against the basics.
You're going to piss off how many of us are actually in beta right now? They're actually probably paying attention.
So.
Yeah.
But there's probably 800 that are on it, like when the chat pops up, you know?
Yeah.
So you're pissing off, and no, I say that lightly because, again, some of us understand what we're in, but you're pissing off a handful of 800 people. Much better timing to do that than whenever you've got 20,000 people in running chickens and trying to get in. And and again, if they have to do this to get that metaverse that they have ideas on, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if we're running, they're like, oh guys, guess what? We got to shut down for 3 weeks because we got to implement the metaverse. That would irritate a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and just the transition to talents, you know, I'm sure that'll make that easier once they get to that and you know, in down the road. And then like you just brought up the metaverse. I've seen some questions about the metaverse. Speaking of do you guys think it'll be up and running before we have like actual, like when it opens up? Do you think the metaverse will just be ready? I know I did see
like
a comment
when
from
what
Apex
opens
saying,
like when the game officially
when the game
comes
opens
out?
up officially,
like public game. So do you
like when we start getting, do you think we'll have the metaverse open before we get breeding?
Yes, because I think breeding is going to be partly implemented into the metaverse. What I mean by that is, in order to breed, I think you're going to have to do some type of communication within their metaverse.
There might be a version of it, but I wouldn't.
Seen a lot of no's in the chat.
It might look a lot like Ganja Farmer then. If there's something
we got to keep in mind,
stage.
we're gonna see version 1, volume 1 of their metaverse, I believe. But they're as much as there's downtime in the racing section of this beta, they're hard at work on the artwork side. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they could surprise us a little bit with some of the artwork that's a little bit updated compared to that Ganja Farmer.
Yeah, Tigger, it is last on the roadmap, but after hearing what the way Apex seemed pretty excited about saying it'll be in 2022, it just kind of, you know, they've been working on it a lot too.
Here's something to think about too.
I was just curious.
With all these ideas around the breeding and how they're going to do that, if they come out with like a Tinder style breeding and all that, if they
Tender
or whatever,
Tinder,
whatever it is, however you breed, right? Whether you go in the breeding coop or whatever it is, right? If they do it, if they pull out breeding early, there's going to be a flooding of birds on the market before the metaverse is even a viable thing. I think it's going to come out more closer together than we think.
Well, just all this talk of crews and everything, getting you know, your crew ready, this and your crew, and
that's metaverse.
I get it. I get that.
Their
yes,
metaverse.
That is down the road in 2022.
Yeah,
it is last on the roadmap, but it's
if we're thinking like that fully, you know, intuitive metaverse where we can go in and do everything that they're thinking. Like, I'm not expecting that even in 2022 in its totality. Like, there's going to be a version of it that's going to be ramped up in some way.
I think it's going to be basic. Like, you can, like, I might be able to go up to another chicken and select 3 options: breeding coop, racing, whatever, you know, something else.
Yeah. See, that's the other thing. We've been also talking about the possibility of private races and whether will they or will they not have them. And my clue to that, and I know the one time I remember asking that a long time ago, I got the raised eyebrow emoji from Delhi, but when the chicken in the videos they have, the chicken walks up to another chicken and is like, "Hey, want to race?"
Yeah.
Like how else would you be able to jump in and race with that particular chicken without?
Makes me think about private racing when I see that. But I mean, just throwing it out there.
Yeah, tinfoil.
I think private racing is probably something that could be easily implemented. I think that's probably one of the easier things.
Well, think about any other video game where you set up you go to set up a race, you could set it up on any track, whatever
custom
distance,
races.
They still would be able to have their built-in rake.
Yeah, as long as I mean, you could maybe even set up custom races just for fun and free to go race with your friends if you wanted.
Yeah, or you pay a nominal fee.
Or if you pay, then there goes the rake, goes back to them,
Yeah, but private racing that doesn't impact stats or any of that. Like, because if we're going to have these, we're going to hang out in our clubhouse, I want to race with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, here's a question, though. Do you think that they should get the full algorithm of the birds then? I mean, if they do that, you should be able to test every bird without even running it in a legitimate race.
Yeah, whatever race, and unless it otherwise indicates it, we're probably going to see the same exact race algorithm based on the the birds that are in there and the track and everything, unless there's something down the line where they're like, finishing last is important, or if they're like trying to do something that like, actually brings in like just Sarama race or something like that, that might change. But yeah, if we get private racing, I don't think the algorithm would change in any way.
Which is where you might find the one hiccup on it. Like, you wouldn't want that to be totally free.
Right.
Because then I could go do private races all day long and collect free data.
Right.
Yeah.
Data,
no, you would. There would have to be,
which is where the token may come in.
And if that happens, it would take away from those public racing from filling, right? If everybody's sitting there running their little free private race, I'm going to test my birds 1,000 times.
That's where I'm thinking the token may come into play. Like, you may need to have tokens in order to do some private racing and whatnot. It's certainly viable in that area. Yeah.
Or maybe you can only do private racing if you have a group of X people.
Well, it would just if the race is private, it'd have to be paid, and then Chicken Derby would have to take a percentage of that every time. You could just never have a free private race.
Yeah, like, this is the entrance fee.
Yeah.
Whoever sets up your race can kind of set up from the list of entrance fee options.
Mm-hmm.
So if me and Tyler are feeling frisky on a Friday night and we want to run a high stakes private race, and jump in with us for $500 while we do a live stream.
Yeah,
like, you have that option.
Would be fun.
Or down to kind of the lower end of paid racing, but not all the way to free.
That seems like how you spend all your Friday nights, just high stakes gambling.
High stakes racing. Just out there Tokyo drifting.
Dad's got a life we have no idea about.
It's awesome.
He says he's going to get milk, but we don't know.
Yeah. Took the hot rod again.
So
one time he didn't come back.
So I guess we could probably just like slowly roll into the dev blog. There's not a ton to get into there, but there's at least a few things that are worth touching on.
There's a little something that I think they've been listening to us on.
Yeah. I feel like they heard our voice. I think we've only said it, I don't know how many times on the show, and I said it like 2 days ago after he dropped that first teaser of the flight animation. But excuse me, we got a little edit to the flight animation.
Yeah, the first
jumps
up, he flies. Come on,
get it. He's got to be covering quite a bit of ground though in this. In this flapping, he's gonna cover what do you think? A good chunk of ground between the flap and the roll.
That's fun.
Well, at first when we saw it, it was just like, I was like a little disappointed. Then I'm like, they said they were going to add something, and I'm like, man, that's got to be the tumble. That's got to be the tumble. Yeah.
Because something in there has to be faster than running, and aimlessly flapping doesn't seem faster, but the roll seems like it might.
Gain 10 yards or so.
I wonder, we're not really seeing the speed of it, I don't think, as far as like the racing speed. This could be sped up a little bit. I think it's about the distance covered comparative to the other birds while they're running.
It'd be great, honestly, if like the flapping doesn't really get them anywhere, and the roll is what actually gives them the lead. Like, or like the flapping just like keeps them in place, and then the roll flies them forward. Yeah.
You and Ross have been talking back and forth about how funny it'd be if the bird takes off and tries to fly and another bird grabs it and
like if something comes in and grabs them. Yeah.
But Len, here's the thing. Here's where you tie it in. When the bird drops the chicken, it just falls and
then crumbles and flies. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it had the question mark by it. I thought of something too, like picking it up and flying it like a hawk or something.
I do think like when you look at that versus what we've seen of Jetpack, it gives you a bit of an idea of the gap between the levels of talents. Like, yeah, that looks like it should be a common talent.
Mm-hmm.
Jetpack looks like it should be a little more rare because it looks like it's going to have a bit of a bigger impact.
Right.
Tigger asked what talent is that, and I'm like flight with a question mark, and I'm like, oh, question mark on purpose. Like I'm not guessing. That's what it's called. Like,
it's called maybe flight.
Flight.
Yeah.
That's flight. Yes, sir.
Yeah, they've so far, like there's a couple that I've just seen were like lame. Like I kind of thought rollerblades would be lame. I kind of thought flight would be lame.
Yeah,
and they've done a good job so far of making them
tidbits in there.
Yeah,
like
they've done a good job making them cool.
The quarter pipe.
Yeah,
sweet backflips off the quarter
throwing
pipe.
Mad Brink vibes.
Oh, I forget who said it. I think it may have been Master J Mav where if like you actually hit the quarter pipe and backflip over the finish line for the win. Like
no, they just need to add a grinding rail.
Awesome.
Right? Mm-hmm. Just add like a grinding rail so he can just grind down 10 yards or whatever.
It's awesome.
Meters, yards.
10 meters.
Meters.
Or is it meters. What is it? Is it yards or meters?
I think it's meters.
Feet and inches.
Yeah.
Feet.
on my screen it is.
Yeah. All right, Josh, what we got here?
We got ourselves a dev blog that dropped early this morning. They were
let's go to this week's dev blog, not last week's though.
I don't know how I got there.
Yeah, the new one.
I was on the
17th is what we want.
Ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
Josh.
Today at 6:00.
There's growth.
6:01 a.m. I woke up to a dev blog for the first time.
Yeah,
that was weird.
Felt nice. You know what? I didn't know what to do.
As soon as I saw it, I was just like, I saw Delhi and I was like, oh man, I know it.
I thought it was going to be a good ping. I thought like the Australians had been racing while we slept, and it's just a blog.
Well, it's Friday, chicken fans, so therefore time for the weekly development update. Over the past week, we've been spending most of our development efforts in moving the game to a new server. Previously, we were on Heroku, which was good to get started, but it became clear it would not be enough for our game in the long term, which we've talked about at length here at the beginning of the show. Therefore, we decided to move the game to newer servers, and unfortunately, that meant they couldn't do many races, and this is going to make a smoother experience for everyone once it's done, and they're going to do everything they can to get racing up as soon as possible. Speaking of soon, as we all know, Christmas is around the corner. So yeah, they are going to have a couple of weeks with the staff working less than normal, just for your awareness. So they're not pausing the development. The work will still be going on, but they will, they've had a pretty intense past 6 months. And, you know, if anyone's been here since the beginning, like a lot of, like us here, you know, they've really been at work hard on this. I mean, really, we're 6 months removed from the first mint. So it's crazy to just we're racing, people. Well, we were racing.
We were.
Some of us more than others.
Thanks for bringing that up, Josh.
PTSD.
Have some fun.
Fun.
They're human, Josh, just like Bob said.
No, I expect them. No, I'm kidding. So things will be a bit slower the next couple of weeks, and they'll be back to full force early in the new year. While the devs have been working on the server move, and since we have most of the animations done, they have been refining the documentation for the logic on the talents. This includes information such as how long each talent lasts for, how much it changes speed by, and what chance each talent has of triggering, etc. Implementation of the talents will start once we have racing stable.
So that's like, I mean, from the sounds of that, soon.
Yeah, I wanted to bring
Right?
that up before, but I figured I'd wait till this
Stable
point.
racing. If you go back up to the other paragraph above it, I'm pretty sure they're saying that. I mean, they hope to get racing going here as soon as possible, right?
Full force in the new year. So it's like,
Right.
It seems like to me, like, yeah, on the surface, it's like, all right, they're backing down a little bit. Understandable. It's Christmas time, well, holiday season time. There's a lot of things going on.
You guys are getting way too excited about this again.
Yeah,
What did I do?
we're reading
What
too
I'm-
much into
What did I do?
I'm just pumping your
But
brakes
seriously-
before. I'm just kidding.
I mean, but this is when I saw this, I was like, okay, it makes sense. Again, if they can come back, if they need to take a few weeks off to come back and give us a more complete, not complete, but more complete than it was product, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, I'm sure they all have families too, and Christmas is a time to be with your family, right?
and they're not going to come out and say, hey, we're going to release talents
No,
when we come out either.
we're
because
literally
something-
doing a lot of this right now.
Of course,
but-
because if something though were to come and mess up and they need to pause the talents, they don't want people coming out. I think they're learning from their early kind of mistakes as far as time frames, right? If they keep it vague like they were in the other paragraph, I think that it goes a lot longer ways towards, even though it may not be exactly what people want to hear, it keeps their emotions kind of in check at the same time.
So here's going to bring you back down. When they start adding the talents, they will keep them just on our development build initially until they're ready to be deployed live at once. So
yeah. And I think tuning that logic is a major task to make sure that the talent is having the right amount of impact on a race.
Mm-hmm.
They might have an idea in their head about how much to speed up, how much to last, how often it should go off.
Here's a quick,
But until you run it, it's just ideas on paper, right? They got to test that, tune
Right.
it.
are we going to see some birds tested with talents like we've seen in races? Are we going to know?
Like the dev blog, they may give us a
No,
little-
not even in the dev blog, but you know how we can see their test races?
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to?
Ooh.
So that should be one of the benefits of this server move, that they are testing on a separate dev server and it will not be the same public facing server that we are on.
So we
Right.
can't see it, is what you're saying?
We should
That's
not
what
be
it
looking over their
But
shoulders.
Can we
until
see
they
it, Dave?
test it.
Dad,
Yeah.
can we see
Can we
it?
please?
Until
Damn
they're
it,
ready,
Dad.
until they're ready to do it on the
Come
public
on.
server,
Coming
we
in with
shouldn't
that
be able to
logic.
see it anymore.
Ugh.
And honestly, I think there's certain talents that I would love them to not even tease. to us.
Show until they're.
I want to
first
go
time.
into it like I want to go
Black
into the new
Hole.
Spider-Man movie unspoiled. I want to
That'd
see
be
Black
fun.
Hole the first time in live action.
That'd be fun.
I can go with that.
You guys make it really hard to be an optimist. You're killing me. But no, that makes a lot of sense. I like it. Feels like they're going to have a little bit more freedom to just be able to go in, and not every single time they run something and they see moonwalking or some kind of ridiculous thing happen, the whole chat goes, oh, did you see the ridiculous thing in the dev log? So now they can just kind of freely do what they need to do behind the scenes, so we can't go nuts and criticize them. And there's rollerblades.
Yeah.
Exhausted eyes, but
yeah.
some more.
I have one now. I have one. It's on the
You
market.
have
I'm
one
selling
now?
it.
But do you
So
have
out of the last two animations we've just seen, hey, pause that for a second.
I'm
We got any
looking,
goodies
I'm
over here on the right?
I'm looking. That's why
out
I've
of
been
the-
it big.
Whoa.
I do
Anvil
not
land
see.
squashed, anvil squashed, anvil throw, anvil get up,
They have not.
growth, grow, run, shrink, dizzy running, fast run, idle animation.
I think
blinking
Blake should get a
animation.
little closer to his camera.
There is one
for the
folder
people.
that I do not see on
It's
there,
good.
and it is
Yeah.
the black hole.
Oh,
Tyler,
yeah.
scaring
what do
me.
you
Sorry.
see?
Oh,
What do you see?
I
Myself.
haven't even done Black
Just
Hole.
crossed
yet.
my
They're
eyes.
just-
It's not there.
No, but I was saying, out of these two animations, which goes further? Does it seem, Dave? You think the flight or the rollerblades, like which has a more impact on your distance running?
Yeah, it's gonna be so hard to say. Like looking at it, rollerblades clearly looks like a better advantage
Crazy.
because like that bird looks like he's flying.
We don't know, bro.
I don't
We're
know.
just live, dude. We just
don't know.
decided to fuck it. We're going live.
Someone who owns a bunch of rollerblades, I'm not gonna fun it.
Hey, rollerblades were fun back in the day. I rollerbladed
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Back when I skateboarded and had rollerblades everywhere.
As someone who's broken his knee and can't run, rollerblading is a lower impact activity that you can still enjoy.
God,
Do you wear your knee pads?
No, I don't
Never-
fall. I'm Canadian. I played
Does
hockey.
not fall.
Never been more dad.
Dad, you should wear your knee pads, elbow pads, and helmet at all times. It says on the instruction manual.
Now who's the
Example
dad?
you want to be.
So now on to some
Clubhouses?
I like these.
clubhouses,
I think they should do
brew
one of
houses.
each. Just throw them out.
I
for-
think, you know what? Why not
purchase.
just make them all, and then when you go in, you have the
Yeah.
option to just choose which one you want.
Yeah.
Blake used a word that I find interesting. Purchase.
Oh,
We haven't gotten a lot of info on that side of things. Like, are we buying land in this metaverse? Do we have to pay to build a clubhouse?
oh. Will
Is
there
it
be
just-
add-ons?
Everybody gets a clubhouse, but you can get a nicer clubhouse if you want to kind of splash some cash.
Can you
Maybe you
combine
earn
4
tokens to
clubhouses
get a better
make a mega
clubhouse?
clubhouse?
Well, even just taking a step back, how do you form a crew? Who forms crews?
We already
Like,
got
what-
one formed. It's already done, Tyler.
Well, yeah, we did.
But how many people?
I'll just leave that.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many people can be in our crew? Can we bring all 200 of our friends,
Yeah.
Or all 500
yeah.
plus.
of our holders?
Mm.
Hmm?
But really, how does someone like start a crew in here and create that setup? Like, what is the actual transaction? Like that.
How do you verify
Yeah.
you're in the crew?
Yeah.
What
How are you
verifies
gonna get
that you're
jumped
in the
in?
crew?
Hmm.
Will there be other
This is my
things?
block or your block.
What
Get off
color will
my
our
lawn.
crew wear?
No, but these are awesome. There are like, let's see, there's
A lot.
15
Volume 1.1
30.
and volume 2.
Yeah, 30 different versions.
Like in that spaceship vibe down in the bottom
I
row?
like
Yeah,
the
I mean, I could-
submarine here.
I
The
I wanna
bus,
go into-
the
I wanna go
dirty
into each one.
bus.
honestly, I want you. We all have different ones, and I want to go and visit each one.
I want to build them all.
Just
And
want to
build
live in a
mega,
window.
mega.
Josh
So do you
wants-
think it's something like we would earn, like, you know, where they were making those reward tokens, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they
totally.
have crew tokens as well, where
Yeah.
your crew, as it upgrades, you
Man.
get access to these different.
the tokenomics is endless when you start really thinking about how they're going to
Yeah.
implement all this. Like it
You
could be
could
a
have
huge
win.
part of it. Yeah.
You could have
Win.
individualized tokens
Win
and a
token.
crew token.
One token.
Winland.
A token,
When's our token?
When's our token?
not a token.
Noken.
T.
It's not a token,
Not a token,
Noken.
Tyler.
It's a non-fungible token.
Yes.
so it is a token.
They're
It
all
is.
tokens.
I get a
Oh.
real like old westy vibe from these. Like if you stood these all up, you'd have like an old west like
Wild
town.
Wild West, the movie.
No. Jim
Old
was
West,
Desperado.
futuristic Old West.
No, but it's got some future. There's an alien.
There's
in
some
that one. Come on.
steampunk stuff in there.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what I mean.
Steampunk Old West. It's got it all.
Wild Wild West was steampunk before steampunk came around.
Yeah, that's true.
Giant spider.
Giant robotic spiders.
Literally steampunk with
Yeah, Whamola just asked, can you be in more than one crew, or is it
Ooh.
monogamy?
Well, that's
Yeah.
why I'm saying, how do you verify which cruise you're in? Like when you, and how do you regulate? How's that regulated? Do you have to verify? Like when you create a crew, does that automatically give out like a token, not a token, but just
Not a token.
You
something?
have to get a tattoo. It's for life.
Well, I think they would only allow one. You to pick one, just like on any other game. Like when you join crew.
Yeah,
or-
every app game that I have that they put in clubs or crews or
Clans
whatever,
or whatever.
clans and everything. Yeah, you're in one,
Alliances.
that's it. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, you could switch,
yeah.
you know, but you can only be in one at a time.
Only one.
Some of them when you leave a clan or crew, whatever it is, like there's a waiting period, so you can't just like jump ship automatically. It'll all come down to as well as how much like Like,
Can your crew set
I guess
rules?
White Beak
We just
Gang
keep
and
them for
Aussies
life.
aren't going to be our friends anymore.
Can you just can you sign them to a contract for life?
Rivalry?
Yeah.
They cannot escape.
Kidding. We'll still be friends.
Blake's
Just
trying
not
to
in the same
entrap
crew.
people over here. Like
What?
Blake's trying to entrap people. Like he's trying to get duress on people. Like, in your life now. you are now forever in the Kakalot clan. He's gonna make like the dumbest crew name ever, and then just rug them and leave and go to somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, now you guys are all stuck in the Kakalot crew.
You must pick.
That's great.
Yeah, while you guys are here, make sure you like and subscribe if you're new.
Yeah, there's two likes.
2 likes. Get them up
Wrong
there.
people.
Now
There's
there's
13
I'm
here.
gonna
like
it.
Just
It is
get us
Friday.
up there.
Yeah.
They'll be liked on Monday, is what Dave is saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you watch the recorded version of this show,
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. First time? Yeah.
First time, long time.
Well, that was the dev blog, and yeah, good stuff
get it.
as
We're-
always.
Yeah, it's a mixed bag of reaction. You know, there's some people
I
that
said good stuff as always.
it's a mixed bag. Be fair. There's some
Sorry,
people-
I forgot. I got to bring the mood down.
They're taking time off. You can't be so
God.
optimistic.
How dare they?
Some people
How
weren't
dare
thrilled
they.
about that, and that's okay. I get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Some of us have more of a grinding mentality than others. I
Yeah, I
understand it.
get
Although
it.
when you grind, eventually it's whittled down to nothing. But
I
just throwing
get
out
it
there.
from people that have been in this space already. You know, it's a fast moving space as it is.
Yeah.
But
2 weeks is 2 months in this
Yeah.
world.
Mhm.
You know?
But
It's
As much as we
Honest-
joke about that, like missed opportunity cost is a real thing.
yeah.
oh, for sure.
Yeah,
And if that's the name of your game, if that's, how you built up to getting X amount of birds, it makes sense why people are going to go for a quick flip and probably come back. They can get even more. And I get it. They want things to happen tomorrow. That I don't think that's the reality in this game, though.
yeah. So and the one thing they still said in there was that like they're not shutting down operations, they're not
No.
stopping development. They're just letting some people take a little time off and
mixed
take
bag
a little bit of
nuts.
a mixed bag of nuts. Damn it, Pete. I'm talking here. But yeah, so we still could see some developments happen before the new year, and then the new year comes around and we see some new things pop up. But yeah, I'm still hopeful. I'm still hopeful that we might see something pop out here. It all comes down to just how quickly does this server get going, and they seemed more hopeful before, and hopefully we see this upcoming week. We have Christmas obviously on Thursday, so like,
I think Christmas is on Thursday.
is it? Am I an
It's
idiot?
a
Tyler, what are you
Saturday,
doing?
yo.
It's on Saturday. My bad.
Christmas is on Saturday.
Yeah, it is. Thanks for that. Dates aren't my thing. So yeah, we still got a full week.
I mean, they'll
Okay.
probably be doing some things maybe until Wednesday, I would imagine. I mean, if they're racing, maybe a few races, I'm not expecting really anything.
I would
big.
hope. Here's the thing. Here's my hope that I hope they have racing up before Christmas, because how many people out there are going to be wanting to jump into some races and showing off their family? Hey,
Or
Yeah,
avoiding
I'm
this,
not
avoiding their
expecting it.
family.
I'll
That's
just
free marketing right
before-
there, man.
Before we even get hyped on it, though, for me personally, I'm not expecting to be racing consistently until after the new year.
That's fair. Honestly, that's fair.
I would say 24/7 racing. I would say unlikely until we.
So, but
through the year.
the thing is here's my question then. Do you guys want to get your hopes up and get races in and get 7 or 10 races on the go around Christmas time? Everybody sees how pain of an ass it is to get in. And then what does it do?
Yeah,
Let's give them the.
it's only 2 weeks. I know it's.
Win.
I know it's not.
It's only 2 weeks.
When races.
Oh,
When
Show
races.
them to
2
show
weeks.
them the.
You animals! It's 2 weeks.
Think of it as we're just slow cooking some meat. You don't want to pull it out too early,
We're
right?
smoking it. We're smoking that meat.
Yeah.
I use my instant pot for everything.
Smoking what? Your pot?
My Instant Pot. I pressure cook everything.
Pot?
Smoking that pot?
Instant
I mean,
pot.
All right.
I
I'll
get
be
it.
right
I
back.
get it. But whatever we have we think is going to happen, add 2 weeks to it as a rule of thumb. And then you won't be so disappointed when we're not racing on Christmas or when we get 4 or 5 races in on Christmas. I think that's a worst case scenario to me than not racing at all. Right? Let's get it. Let's get it all shaken out.
When?
I get it too.
I do agree that the next time they go live, it needs to show progress. It needs to show that, hey, this week plus that we took off was worth it. We've taken these steps forward. We're in a better spot.
Right.
And coming back and doing 8 races wouldn't show progress.
No, it would just, I think it would be worse. I think it would actually end up doing completely worse than it would be if we didn't race at all.
Here's what I think. I think that when they do decide to turn this back on, their time is different all over the world. But I say, I think that they should kick it on as soon as they can. Hopefully, maybe let the Aussies get in right away, and then maybe just have their sessions all day until they end their day. Like do a full work day of race sessions on their clock. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd like to just see 2 hours in consistently. Just give me 2 consistent hours. Let's build on that. You know what I'm saying?
We did have that one run where it seemed like they were just filling, and then we had a full schedule, and those schedules were going off, and clearly that's where
they were trying different things.
I've noticed how the races have been loading. It's been different. There have been times where they've just been hammering them to see how, letting them fill and letting the scheduled races build, and then they've been intricately taking their time.
Reality, they're trying to break it.
And then they schedule a new one.
They're trying to get us to break it right now so that they find more the things that really need to be fixed. That's the reality of it. So
really, we're to blame for this? That's what you're saying?
Of course. Okay, and to answer Wemela's question, yes, we believe so. Sometimes.
Yeah, you said, do you guys? Is it a real question? Do you guys think the devs watch this?
Lambo. Yes.
Or does someone tell them about Cock Talk? I don't know. I mean, I will say this. We've talked a bunch of times about the flight talent and the tumbling and falling. And it's kind of an obvious thing to do too, but I don't know. It'd be pretty cool if they did.
They have before. I'll say that.
Yeah.
We have stats on
positive.
We have stats.
We do have stats, and we do see that Netherlands does have some listeners, but we do know there's still some people over there as well that aren't just the devs. But
and we do know for a fact at least one episode was watched. Like we've had a comment that proved viewership.
Yeah,
right. That's true.
So I think occasionally. I mean, actually, I hope they're not watching us too much right now.
They probably don't watch, but I would imagine that they throw the podcast on in the background.
Like if you were watching right now, get back to work.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Go to sleep. Like what the hell?
It's just one or two of them might, and tell everybody else about what was going on, about what shit we came up with this week. Who knows? But
Ellie doesn't watch. I'll tell you that right now.
He's
fucking guy.
I like how we've decided he's the non-fun one of the two.
I've created.
I think he's fun. I just think he's busy. I think he's on a mission.
I've created
he's
a fake rivalry with Deli. I really have.
I feel like I can bait Apex into answering my questions in the chat, but I can't get Deli.
What, Dave?
Can never get Deli to answer my questions in the chat, but Apex. Every time he'll bite.
Deli will answer mine just to crush my soul.
He is the vault, and it is not unlockable.
I just want to find the key.
I think Apex wants to run chickens as bad as we do.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I think next time I'll post more about Pokemon and see if that gets them to open up a little.
I named one of my birds Charizard. Like it was an olive branch. Like
you guys should be best friends now.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, my kid
That's
loves
such a perfect name for that white beak, though.
It is with Devo. Can't wait.
With the cig hanging out of its mouth.
Yeah. It's a joint.
Need that as an airdrop accessory. Sleepy eyes with the
pre-rolls.
Does it impact your racing ability?
Having a smoke at the starting line.
Yeah. Stop to cough like at the 20-meter line.
Just like throws it down, stomps it out, and keeps going.
Forced fire in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love
All
it.
right,
We're getting
too
weird
much.
tonight. It's Friday. See, Blake, you didn't think we'd get weird, and we'd got nothing but be weird tonight.
We got weird.
Oh yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, so I guess it's time we talk more about the Coop Collective NFT.
Not a token.
Not a token.
Not a token.
Not a token.
Only a
yes.
non-fungible token.
What are
But
we
not a
willing?
token.
How much are we going to talk about?
You
Definitely
might
not
want
a
to be
DAO.
token when you see him, but wink.
So yeah, the one thing we do want to touch on is just a little bit of whitelist news. So, in this regard,
Whitelist.
I remembered early on.
White peak list?
Whitelist. Wait, you better get ready to grind, right?
Yeah. Invite 5 friends.
You know what, Crazy
Grind 'em.
Jay, taking
Grind
the
'em.
hat off for that comment. Weird
What?
market all. Yeah, I wore it so you guys didn't make fun of my gray hairs tonight. And there he is. Crazy Jay said we can all agree on one thing. Thank Tyler for wearing his hat tonight. Well, no more hat.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
Crazy
you got
Jay
gray
comes
hairs.
in. What WTF? Why are you guys live? And then just throws shade.
Taking the hat.
Win whitelist. All right. Tigger.
All right, hats back on,
I
guys.
like that. It's real. It's just gray.
Talk about the Pog Smasher,
Yeah.
the Slammer.
Yeah. I could say it's not just a pog smasher, but
Yeah, just
Oh.
go
Huh?
backwards the rest of the night. Oh, I can't. It's got the stupid.
Hmm.
Okay. All right.
Do
So
you have anything else you want to tell us, Josh?
Yeah. Well, so
Tyler?
on the whitelist, yeah, we do want to announce a little something about the whitelist
win.
and when
Sorry,
soon,
I got to keep doing it.
very
Snapshot?
soon.
Do you already have it?
Snapshot? Yeah.
Snapshot.
Did someone
I
say
have-
Snapshot?
So here's what it came down to. We had some people that were DMing and we're just like, hey, I don't want to miss out on this. And it was like, yeah, we know that. And we don't want to, and we want to not create a mad rush and be like, hey, grind in the chat and get up there. So we have a little
Nah.
snapshot already taken of the top, I guess we're going at this point, 75 with us out of it.
Yeah.
And we've already taken that stop set. We did the levels in the corporate chat earlier today, and we went ahead and took on all those names. And I have a separate window with all of them taken down. And we have a new role in the server that we'll be launching out. And I'll be adding those names in. So if all of a sudden you wake up in the morning or next time you pop into the chat and you see that you have a new a new role in the chat, that means you're on the whitelist for the NFT.
And essentially, we're trying to reward everybody that has been a part of the Coop Collective to this
It's been
point.
there since
So,
the beginning, man. The people that have been in there
Yep.
and chatting and hanging, and yeah, we know the server didn't start doing that until there was a lot of chatter going on before we had that ranking system put together. But it's mostly a big thank you to the people that have been there,
Hold on.
through and through.
Whitebeak God saying that my haircut didn't move when I took my hat off. He said it's gel. It's not gel. It's oil. It's my natural oils. It's
Oh, grease.
see, there we go. There's no gel in this hair. It's just
Gel.
wiry
What is this?
and ridiculous.
2000, 1999.
Yeah. Are you a high school boy in
do,
the
do
early
you put
2000s?
mousse
Where are your
in your hair?
frosted tips, bro?
Nothing. It's
Is
just
that
my ridiculous.
mousse?
No, it's nothing. It's just it's gray hair.
Do you blow dry?
I do.
Weirdos.
So yeah, but that's not the only way we'll be giving out
Nope.
white lists. We're also going to be raffling them out.
Yep.
We're also going to be giving some away.
Yep.
And we're also going to be making sure that make it really simple. If anyone does enter and is already whitelisted, they can gift it to
Yep.
somebody else who isn't whitelisted. That
Yep.
way, it's staying all nice and tight, and anyone that is interested can kind of just keep in touch with the people that have won. And I don't know, don't sell them. But
Yeah, so it's Whammo. It's
Josh.
not a mad dash to start chatting in the chat. The snapshot's already done, and this is for the people that have been in there and been active and have been helping us and doing this thing. It's just kind of our thank you, and there will be plenty to be given away. How many total are we holding for that? Can we tell that? Can we say that, or is it a surprise?
For
The
how
bad
many?
part. How many
how many-
waitlists are we giving away?
Yeah, well, we're going to be going to 100.
Okay.
100 total. So there's still 25 left to be thrown out
Yeah.
after this original 75 that's being given out. So yeah, it's there's still a chance to get them. We'll be throwing out several different ways within the Discord about how to do it, and we'll put up. And when we do it, we'll be throwing up some 24-hour giveaways with the giveaway bot. And I'll be doing a couple on Twitter, not too many on Twitter, a couple on Twitter here and there, just to
we'll do some live,
a little more, a couple live, yeah. And we're just hoping to get and right now what the whitelist is going to give you is the opportunity to mint 2. Now we're still going to keep the total mint down to just 4. Secondary market's going to secondary. You'll do whatever they do, but when you have the whitelist that you're going to have will give you the opportunity to get 2, and then when it goes public, you can get either 2 more if you were on the whitelist, or obviously you can be you can get the 4 on the open market when they release anyway. So
what that means is even if you miss out on the whitelist, we're not going to sell out to the whitelist. We will have
not at all.
The whitelist might buy up 200 out of the supply, but that means there would still be 300 more left for the public sale. So we are going to look after you either way. If you really want to buy, you should have the opportunity.
Yeah, and just a reminder that the drop will be on Poly, and it won't be like a mad dash to go to a mint site. And I don't expect these things to. They're not going to sell out in a minute because it's going to be a system that we have in order so we can keep track of who gets what and how many, so we can make sure that no one games the system and buys like 30 of them, right? I mean,
right. The limit of 4, we're going to make sure.
Yep. So yeah, whitelists will get 2 right off the bat, and then if they want to jump in and get a couple more in the public, they can. And yeah, the limit total is 4, and man, we're excited for it.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I've been wanting to do it for weeks. But I haven't been able to do it for weeks because the art hasn't quite been ready, but it's ready. For the most part. There's some minor things that I'm gonna try and do with it, but for the most part.
Can you show me an idea?
Are we gonna tease it a little bit?
I don't know.
We teasing anything?
Dad?
No?
Josh accidentally shows the entire thing.
Are we allowed to do?
Don't show the
Here's
wrong
all
one.
of them.
Yeah, because we'll be having 4 different versions. Which is why that's the idea that we had the 4, which is cool. That they're not going to be broken down in like a true rarity fashion, where they're not just like randomly.
Yeah, they're all
generated.
25%.
There will be
rare.
no
right
rarity.
Yeah,
they're all equal and special and unique in their own way.
Yeah.
And maybe they're crafted after each of us.
Maybe
a little bit.
Maybe.
4 and 4.
4, yeah, 4 and 4. Yeah.
4.
It's possible. Josh's might be completely extra and a bit ridiculous. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie; they may all be a little extra, with the exception of I don't know.
One of them is not.
Not mine. So yeah, it's a we're gonna make sure that
I'll show a teaser. Give me a second.
We get some other ways of getting the whitelist out, and of course we're gonna make this friendly, and it's polygon, so you're not worried about any kind of gas or anything like that. With only 4 each, we are hoping that they're.
I already showed 25%, Pete.
There should be plenty available.
Wink, wink.
To those that want to be a part of this and be early. And we're excited about it. We're excited. You guys are excited about it. And honestly, like the Discord, that's kind of why we've pushed the Discord as much as we could and kept throwing it out there. The only reason we didn't decide to do a bit of like a grinding thing on the Discord is we didn't want you guys to like all of a sudden feel like you needed to run to the Discord and just like comment like crazy and whatnot. Because I do understand. Oh, what's that?
What is that?
Right now it was damn you, Pete.
Hey,
yeah, what's that?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, now they have a clue.
This? Hey, get that out of here.
Josh did too many drugs.
That's what Josh's brain looks like.
Yes. That's a very accurate depiction. If that doesn't scream mental health problems, I'm kidding.
Should have had one of those. What is it? What are those? Is it epilepsy or what's the eye thing that gives you like the seizures for looking at it?
Epileptic.
Video games.
Epileptic. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
We should have had a warning before you showed that.
At least it wasn't flashing.
I mean, there's no strobes.
Yeah.
It's pretty stroby.
There's no strobes yet.
When strobes.
When strobes. If Josh had his way, these would never be released, and he would just keep sending me text messages of what they look like until they were perfect.
Listen,
and then when it's perfect, you'll get another one.
Yeah.
Listen, I about had a slip. The one that I had the most trouble doing, I feel like, was actually yours, Tyler. I don't know why, but there was.
Well, I told you I hated most of them.
Yes.
That's because you kept drawing penises on it.
Yeah, I guess. I have a problem with drawing dicks, man. They just come out. It's like
a few times.
a little Salvador Dali action. Is that a dick? It's not a dick until someone says it's a dick. Then you cannot not see the dick.
That's great. Oh, Whammo asked, "What's your favorite band, Josh? That's still active?" And let's just say Not the Dead, because Jerry's gone.
Well, yeah, they are still active as Dead and Company, but with John Mayer action. But I'd have to say active band. I mean, I'm a fish head altogether. Yeah. Couldn't tell, right?
Everyone's gonna be shocked by that answer.
Shocking! Oh my god!
No way!
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Oh, not the one.
None of those were fish.
You gotta get your soundboard right.
I thought I had one where it was like
a kid playing with his
a crowd
keyboard
going,
over there.
Oh,
but
that's
I didn't
funny.
have that. No, I like Panic. They're all right. I've seen them a few times. Good time. We're not here to talk about that. No.
G Love and Special Sauce follows us on Twitter.
Yeah,
so
G
they're
Love
my favorite band now.
Follows Cockshot. Yeah. Widespread, you bet. Yeah. So yeah, we got a lot of fun things coming up right around the new. Yes, it did. I
Soundboard
wish I could have with it. Yeah. You may or may not want to once you see these. Oh, yeah, Claypool's awesome. Sorry. Quit saying band names.
G Love legitimately does follow us on Twitter, and we actually had some interaction with them. They're actually from my area. They're from Philly, so
yeah, he's cool.
I understand like none of these references.
Hey,
yeah,
Dave, I'm with you.
When anyone wants to talk about early 2000s emo music, I'm there for you.
Evanescence. Big Evanescence fan.
Now I'm really lost.
Dashboard confessional.
Hey.
There we go.
Solid band.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Some nice easy listening.
Some nice easy listening.
String cheese, absolutely. Spiver, man. I've
such a dad comment.
Saw him at Red Rocks. Was a great time.
You guys are gonna have to turn off the comments.
I know, right? Stop bringing up jam bands. You're gonna get me talking all night.
Stop replying to. We need to do like an AMA or something.
I'm not even gonna start.
I need a sign that says "Do not reply to the Josh," like the "Do not feed the bears." Like, do not talk
we just need a mute button that we can just hit. That is boom, and it just keep talking.
I'll just mute.
There it goes. There we go.
So I guess I'm running the show now. Let's just pull up another teaser here.
When?
When?
This is a long bed.
When teaser.
Crickets. Really getting weird tonight.
So yes, you know what? Just to kick things off, I'm going to go ahead once the show's over, and put in a 24-hour whitelist spot on the bot just to get this thing moving a little bit. Just do one to start. And obviously, we'll be rolling these out a little bit.
Data approved.
We're still hoping for an early January launch, obviously. So this will kind of just get things going a little bit. And again, if someone wins and is already on the whitelist, you can gift it to anybody. And all we really need there is just a little DM exchange, a little screenshot, send it to us, let us know that it happened, and then we'll add you to the whitelist. So
listen, Pete, I know you're trolling, but who would not want to see G Love, Boys to Men, and followed up by Will Smith? I mean, that would just be a unicorn concert all on its own.
Wild Wild West. We'll bring it together. Full loop. Close the
I'd have to play as Wild Wild West. I'd be good. Bye. That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah.
I'm just here for the boys to men.
Yeah. Bro, I'm serious. Yes, we know.
Just give me some 4-part harmonies and I'm set.
This would be like a show at a local casino in town.
I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Good. When?
When you live near Niagara Falls, some of the shows that'll roll through the casinos there, and you're just like,
It's like
still alive?
Yeah, it's
You always
every retired musician you or thought was retired musician
Dude,
that's ever around.
Oh, it's great.
I
When
live
we
in the
drive-
Midwest. I have every retired musician rolling through every casino around me.
Yeah, that's how it is here.
When I drive down to the shore
Nelly.
and I'm going through Jersey, when you get anywhere near Atlantic City, it's amazing to see the billboards. It just makes me so happy. Just
Yeah.
all
Like,
the
how are these
rolling
people
through
getting
AC, man.
residencies?
Yeah.
I don't even know if they're residencies. They just stop for the night.
Yep. Well,
It's
sometimes
like
they come into
Branson,
a week.
Missouri is the residency. That's
Play
where they
the
really go to
hits.
retire.
God, that get old.
It's free bird.
Next door's Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
I could go for some Freebird. But yeah,
Off the
NFT
rails.
coming in hot at the beginning of the year. We don't want to have a firm date yet, do we? No.
No firm date yet. No
No
firm
firm date.
price.
It'll be-
it's going to be
it will
reasonable.
be
That's for
early,
sure.
I believe.
You will want it. That's all I know.
Will be early 2022.
Yes. Very early.
Very
Like first
very
half of the year.
1201.
Before
January
June.
I
1st.
think we can commit to Q1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we definitely, it won't just be like a ghost in the night that we drop these things and,
Yeah. Who says?
Q1.
I'm
of
dropping them on
Q1.
it.
Definitely.
We're
give
dropping at
everybody
Aussie
some
time.
heads up.
Wait, aren't stealth drops where it's at?
It might be.
You're gonna wake up to it.
Like
Now it's
Adidas.
totally going to be a stealth drop.
You drop an NFT and nobody knows about it.
We're gonna drop it before Josh even knows. He just doesn't know it yet.
Yeah, can you send me
Blake
those
is going to
files?
hand deliver it to your fucking house. Just
In the mail.
open up, sweetheart. I got your NFT.
It's just a
not-
Polaroid.
It's not what you wanted.
Back in my day,
It's
these
a
were our
Polaroid.
NFTs.
It's from my personal collection of black and white photos.
Oh man. So yeah,
Sorry.
that was our Friday show. Not a whole lot
Yeah.
to go off of. We didn't have racing this week. We threw a lot of FUD. Well, not a lot of FUD, but a little FUD out there. Talked about some cool stuff coming up with the Coop Collective and us and everyone involved. And yeah, so we're gonna take a little break. We'll be out this Sunday night. And then the following week, it is Christmas on Saturday. And
Not Thursday. Is it
Not
Canadian
Thursday.
Christmas on Saturday or is it? Okay, never mind.
No, but we do have this thing called Boxing Day on Sunday that apparently is not known to the rest of the world.
It's not boxing gloves, guys. It's about wrapping gifts in boxes.
Dave
Just
and
so
I are
you
going
know.
to fight on
No,
live
it's actually
next
about
week.
spending too much money on things that you don't need. And
Yeah.
it's essentially Black Friday,
Yeah.
but with Christmas instead of Thanksgiving.
It's like, you didn't spend enough already? Tap.
So it's like Black New Year.
Yeah. Nobody bought you what you wanted. Buy it for yourself.
Yeah. Take back that crap you didn't want anyway.
And our Black Friday sale will run for a month.
Yeah. So yeah, we're on shore. We're gonna convene and see if we pull off next week. Obviously, it might be based on the kind of news we get this upcoming week leading up. So we'll see. If not, we'll certainly be back on the 2nd, which is Sunday, 2nd of the new year. So, but yeah, we're thinking about it. We're not out of the question yet.
Yeah, for sure. And you'll definitely hear about it. We will tweet it. If you're not following that Twitter, you need to. It's at Cock Talk Derby. We're usually pretty out there with whenever we hear news, we usually drop it. And any news you need to hear about Cock Talk or the Coop Collective is usually going to be dropped on Twitter first. So, or in the Discord, so you can solicit that. And the link is in the YouTube comments section. And while you're here, like and subscribe. We are the Coop Collective, and this has been Cock Talk. I am at Grateful Coops in the Discord. I have Wada Racing on my left. I have at MBF Express up in the corner, and everyone's favorite dad at Pecking Order Racing up top. The mustache is looking great, my friend, I have to admit. We
Fight the matriarch
again,
and keep it.
My wife enables it. It's actually her fault.
Fight it. Oh, good. Oh.
Ooh, she loves it.
I will.
Happy
will
New
not say
Year.
the Super Troopers
If
line.
we don't see you, Merry Christmas, everybody. Enjoy
Happy
the
New
time
Year.
with your
Happy
families.
holidays, friends.
We will see you maybe next weekend. Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.
When after party?
Grateful Dead sucks.
Yeah.
What?